Well, I told you guys I would be here today. I know the summer is literally right around the corner from spring, and I know a lot of parents have children, but sometimes they would like to maybe have a few surprises planned for the kids, something that's not going to be expensive to do, and something that's going to be fun and make memories and silly fun stuff to do. Good afternoon, Steph. Yeah, I got an itchy spot. Hang on. It happens once in a while when it starts getting hot. Uh, to, uh, so, how are you doing? Me, I'm okay, I guess. I'm not supposed to be here. I was supposed to be somewhere else, but I didn't want to go, so I didn't. I stayed home instead. Let's see what else has happened. I know, I saw. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Nope, I was thinking about along the lines of crafts for parents with children. And some could be real easy, and some would take a little bit of extra work. But with summer being right around the corner, you want to have a few ideas for craft to do for the kids to have fun and not bored. Or you can save up the crafts for when it gets closer to when they have to go back to school. And they could do them then because I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do. Yeah, we've been there. Because if you take away a child's video games and made them go outside to play, would they know how to play? Yep. So, with that in mind, you know, I just thought it would be a wise endeavor to start helping out, giving out ideas for crafts for the summertime. Hello, Naughty Connie. Hello, come on in. This is Afternoon Delight with Temi. We are going to be talking about fun, unique crafts, change things up a little bit. Something for parents to do with their children to make memories, or just to slice up their summertime for the kids. Who are you talking to? Turn your back. Naughty Connie, who the heck are you talking to? Sit down and turn your back. I don't have to sit down and turn my back for nobody. I am sitting down. Let's get rid of this. And this is why you don't get those. So, anywho, I thought it would be fun to relive some of the fun stuff I did as a child that parents might be. Hello, Don. How are you? Wanting to do with their kids or for fun for summertime. A craft project or an art project or whatever, something fun to do with their kids. And they don't have to do them like all the time. They could save them for like when it gets closer to like when the end of the summer is and when they're about to start back to school, because who wants to go back to school after having summertime? And that's when the kids usually complain and whine, there's nothing to do. I'm so bored. Yep, they do. But I just thought, if anybody wanted to ask me about some fun crafts to do, even if you're adult, sometimes you just want to do something fun, something wonderful, and that's what matters, right? So my thought process was, okay, What did I do fun in the summertime? What other than swimming, and go to powwows? What other fun crafts did I do during the summertime? And the only time I remember doing any kind of crafts or anything of that nature was when I was a Girl Scout, or I was helping out with the Cub Scouts or whatever. Had something to do with that. And there's a lot of different crafts that kids can touch upon and see which one they really like. You know, because some kids are more gifted in crafting than some others. There you go, Kate Doyle. You was a Girl Guide. Okay, I was a Girl Scout. Well, I wasn't a Girl Scout for long, I'll tell you that much. I remember one summer being a Girl Scout, like, you know, I had two leaders. And the next summer, I was one of the leaders because they didn't have anybody in my age group that had a troop for me to join in. So I helped with the Brownie troop. My sister was in. And then if it wasn't doing that, I was helping with um, Cub Scouts. Fun stuff to do, things to enjoy yourself with, you know, things like horseback riding and things like that. So I thought maybe we could share some ideas to help those parents with their kids. Thank you, Don Schneider. Thank you. And how are you doing? This is Afternoon Delight with Temi, and it is a Krafters chat. Today, I figured we'll get this done and over with because summer is right around the corner. A lot of kids in the United States are looking for, they're going to be wanting crafts to do eventually, if not right away, because right now they just want to go out and run around crazy, you know, have fun. Well, most kids I know, other than parents that can afford vacations, and not every one of us can, we have to do it, you know, on the down low, so to speak, because we're not rich. We have to see what we can afford to do for a vacation for the family. I thought, well, doing crafts or something of that nature would help eventually with these kids and find out what they're good at. You know, do 1 week you could do painting, you know, like watercolors, or you can get a paint by number kits. And that means they have to go, you know, each paint goes to a certain number. They could do diamond art painting. That is, sound like it's painting, but it's not. We know that. But it's just to give parents ideas of having them do something, you know, maybe constructive, positive, and we can see where they're really good at. Because some kids are what I call classical. They know how to draw, and there you go. And diamond art painting's real easy, especially with the leftover diamond art dots. Hello from Brazil. Well, welcome, welcome. Thank you coming on in. You must like the Jackson 5, huh? You know, Michael and Tito and Jermaine and all them. Mm-hmm. I did too when I was a girl. I heard them, and well, then Michael became Mr. Popular, and didn't hear so much. Oh, are you Kate now? That's something awesome. I have a friend of mine that lives in Ireland. Don't get me wrong, I love Michael Jackson. Um, but his name is Carl, and he's from Ireland up there. He lives up there by somewhere close to the airport. Not too sure where, but it's up there. His name is Carl Sheil. Sheil. And he's from Ireland too. So that's awesome. But I'm thinking, you know, look at poor Michael. From the time he was a kid and Daddy got them kids to singing, they never really got to have a childhood summer or fun time, crafting, whatever. He never got that. He was always working from a certain age on up. That's what the dad made him do. So I'm thinking along the lines of, okay, some kids don't want to do vacation Bible school, and I can understand that. I do. But some kids might want to have something to do other than video games. I mean, back in our day, is watch the boob tube, watch MTV all day, or play video games. And not all kids want to play video games. I am doing well. How are you? Hey, Sam. How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, that's right. That was sad, wasn't it? So if we, as adults, could come together. No, I've been awake. My chest hurts. Well, it isn't technically my chest. It's my back of my chest hurts. That's where the pain is. Oh, thank you so much, darling. Appreciate it so much. I'm having issues, and the PA that I talked to the last time regarding the pain in my back and all that said, oh, don't worry, you'll be fine. Didn't mention nothing else to do, so I'm in pain and I do nothing. Oh, thank you. What is your name? E30219? Not really. I just can't breathe hard. I can't cough hard. I can't sneeze hard. Nope. I'm not stupid. No, sir. But it's right around the bra strap area in my back that if, okay, the other day I went and I bent over and I picked something off the floor because it didn't belong there, And when I go to rise up, my upper half from the floor, oh boy, did that hurt. And I could not catch my breath. But the physician's assistant assures me I'm fine. I'll be just fine. Right? Nope, I haven't done anything like that. But this physician's assistant, who got told I'm more likely to have pneumonia and bronchitis, says I will be just fine with the pain in my back. Don't ask me. I don't know. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm thinking of fun time crafts that I did as a young girl or I did with my children. Something fun to do because the time's going to come when these kids, and especially in the United States, they go outside, they have their fun, they play their basketball, baseball games, whatever. Then they're going to get bored. They always do. And they're going to say, I'm bored, there's nothing to do. Well, that's when you don't say that around my mother. She'd find things for you to do, and they weren't fun. Oh, you're bored, go scrub the baseboard heater. Yeah. Okay. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Hello, Kaleidoscope of Happiness. How you doing? So I thought to remember some old crafts that we did for the children for summertime. And one of the major ones you have to worry about, I know it's you, Echo, but I was letting everybody know your name, Kaleidoscope of Happiness. You guys could call her Echo. She's a wonderful lady. You should check out her channel sometime, and everybody would be good. Hold on a second, will ya? Okay, there we go. All right, we're good. So here, I was thinking, especially with, yep, yep. So here, I thought with the summer coming on in the United States, I'm not sure about any other countries. I know, like in Australia, they're going into their fall season. So I'm just thinking of fun stuff to do with your kids, or something, you know, for just those oddball days, like it's like 90-degree weather outside. You don't want your kids in the house, that's for sure. But you don't want them outside dying of heat frustration either. So you can make popsicles. Oh, I hope so. Hello, Lydia, darling. How are you? Hi, Gavin. I was thinking that we can make popsicles. But see, a lot of people don't have the plastic molds to make popsicles. But there is ways to make a popsicle. It depends on what you have for um like if you get those little Dixie cups you get from the store, to put water into, swish around your mouth when you brush your teeth. If you had a couple of boxes of those and some popsicle sticks, you could make fruit. Fruit, whole fruit. Chop it up. Like if you're making strawberry one, right? So you chop up all these strawberries, right, into pieces, right? And you fill the little Dixie cup full, half a full of fruit. Then you take like strawberry Kool-Aid or strawberry kiwi Kool-Aid and pour it in. And you want to put some cling wrap over the top and put your popsicle stick in, throw it in the freezer. No, it's not fruit jelly, silly. It's like a fruit popsicle. I know that. Yeah, she's been sick with her allergies lately right now, so she's not doing too good, Sam. But even as an adult, like Echo, you got to watch how much sugar you're taking in for whatever reason, or for me, it'd be my diabetes. But you want something cold and you want something yummy-licious. Okay, you're getting the idea. So you do the same thing. You get those little Dixie cups. You could get a bunch of those. And you could get a bunch of the popsicle sticks or whatever. Throw half or 3/4 of it with fruit that you bought. And our Lydia girl is also grieving right now too, guys. So be nice. Because a good friend of ours, he passed away yeah, he passed away. So it's a hard rush. Hello, Rudy. Hello. So what you could do is you can mix up your fruit. Yes, Arnie. Yes. That was unexpected, and some of us take it more so to heart because we had a better bond with him than others did. And so yes, I know about Deb Ryle. I know about her. But Arnie, somebody had to get out there and to do a wellness check on him, and that's how they found out that he had passed away. Yes, I know she is from the source. And that's another loss as well. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing it. So back to our subject of what to do for the kids for summertime. And Do you know, do you view blessed woman? Probably. Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised who I like. Now, oh, good for her, Rudy. I'm on here from 2:30 to 3:30. We're doing a Krafters chat. And I'm doing some summertime stuff for the kids, okay? Because I know there's a lot of parents who are trying to figure out things to do with their kids that's not going to cost an arm and a leg. All right? I'm one of 6 kids. I should know about that stuff. Nope, I won't be. I am doing right now my chat, and then I'll be done for the day. And I'll see who others chats I want to join in for later. I don't know yet. So can we get back to the subject at hand, Rudy? Anyway, I know, Gavin. Don't worry about nothing. I thought that one of the major things we have to worry about with our kids, especially because they don't always remember to hydrate plenty, and I know some of us, like Echo, is wanting to be health conscious. You're welcome, honey. Some of us are trying to be health conscious without adding of sugary, carb loaded things for. Yes, scavenger hunts, exactly. Yes, picnics, oh yes. But wouldn't it be fun if the kids plan a picnic instead? I mean, they gotta get, okay, this is what we're gonna have for food. Now you guys gotta figure out the rest. What kind of games are we gonna have? Let the kids help out figuring out what kind of picnic they want to have. Do they want you to just come and show up and eat food and go home? Or are you guys going to have it at a particular spot where you could go swimming? Or are you guys going to go to where? Where are they going to go to have picnic? Okay. Where now? What time? What day? Make the kids be in charge of that sometimes to make them understand when the parent plans something, it's just as important as the kids planning something. Yep, Echo's in here today, Lydia. And, you can make, art really fun. You could get some, what do you call that? Shaving cream. And get a big white thing of like, it's called, oh, what do you call that? It's like paper mache. Yep. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. They could do a bake sale. They can do anything they put their minds to. They could do a scavenger hunt through their city, through their town, about certain specific areas that nobody else is aware of, especially historical areas, like, oh, this is near the home of so and so. Like up here where I'm at, there's the Harriet Tubman home not too far from here. Okay, the town I used to live in, the one town I used to live in, that guy he's the guy who invented cable for TV. So, there's more to, this is something for the kids in the community to think about. They can go out and they can make these fruit cups, icy pops, whatever you want to call them. And they could go and sell, hey, let's go have a party with fruit cups. Invite our friends. Let's go have a poop cup party, whatever. And the kids could sell some of those with some of the baked goods for charity. Mm-hmm. They could figure out. Thank you, Bella. And again, people forget to say, hi, how you doing? No, they come in and put up a blurb. Yeah, that's what it's called, a blurb. But you guys can come up. Kids are very fun-loving people. They're very forgiving, too. And if you say, well, you know what? Let's go do this or whatever. It don't matter what it is. The kids are going to go and want to have fun. You can have them learn about the creatures that live in their local area. From the ants, everyday things. And you can make it a creative thing, too. You could use paper mache. Paper mache was always fun. You blow up a balloon, and you get some old newspapers and stuff, and you throw them into strips, and then you wrap it around the balloon, whatever. Then after that's wrapped, you guys could paint it, look like a bumblebee, or you can make it look like a butterfly. You got plenty of ideas coming at you left and right. It's just the fun of it, They can make their own, what is that, piñata? Who wouldn't want to do a piñata for fun? It takes a little more work. Okay, I'm going to sell them. Okay. But you can make a piñata. It doesn't have to be very big. You can make a little piñata this big. And that would be good. I'm just saying, we got to make it have fun. And have kids in the community come together, So if it ain't kids in the community, what about kids in your household? Exactly. A piñata doesn't have to be very big. You know how you get those balloons of different sizes? And you get those ones that are about maybe this big around. Kids like to use them for water balloons. You can make those into piñatas. Just got to have enough newspapers and starchy stuff. That's just glue with water, that's all. And let them go to town. Let them have some paints to come. 1 week they could blow up the balloon, and they could slather on the strips of paper, to cover the casing of it. Right? Hello, Paula. And then from there, they could, okay, I want to make my balloon look like an Easter egg. It doesn't matter if it's out of season. It's just fun. And they could say, I want my ball to look like, my little thing, my decoration I make. I'm going to make it look like a bowling ball, There you go. You got a barbecue. You could do barbecues with families, too. That's always fun. Get the kids to do something fun together. And maybe foster some friendships and not enemies. Because they're in the summertime, too, is when they tend to get in fights and doing the bad things they shouldn't be doing. But it's just an idea. Okay. So what you want to do is balloons. Balloons are easy to get. Dollar Tree, Dollar General, whatever. Newspapers, well, you're going to have to get with you and a few others to help collect those newspapers to make sure you have enough newspaper stuff, all the same consistency style of newspapers, not just the ad papers. Yeah, friendship bracelets, right. I remember one time we had a game called Capture the Flag. And I know it sounds really crazy, but it was fun. I remember doing Capture the Flag. I remember doing the scavenger hunt. You had 5 things in town or around your area, right, that you had to find for your scavenger hunt. And you had 5 clues. And that was it. And if you ended up with all 5, you got the grand prize. But part of that would be having a picnic, having some watermelon, having some, I don't know, stuff. Have some hot dogs and chips. My mommy used to make some banana pudding. And the kids from the street up, because our house is on the end of the block, up the street would come running down to our house with a bowl and a spoon and ice cream parties. There you go. Ice cream floats. Remember those? Mm-hmm. A little bit of ice cream and soda pop in a cup. The kids got a treat. Think about it. Let's have some fun. Let's get some fun back into these kids. Get them away from their video games. Get them to realize, wow, this was cool. Let's do this again. And you get about 4 or 5 parents together. 4 or 5 tubs of ice cream. The big tubs, like the big ones. Not the little boxes, but the tubs of ice cream. A couple, 2 or 3 tubs of ice cream and soda pop and cups and spoons. You got soda. You got a root beer float. You got, I'm just saying this would be fun. Think if you were the kid. Tell me what would like. Would you like to have a root beer float? Would you like just to have plain ice cream? Right, you're getting the idea. Oh, we're going to make water balloons. You have to go back and pick up the pieces of the balloon versus making the piñatas. Everybody would have a piñata to go home with. You could make all sorts of lovely little creatures. Collect some twigs and rocks and stuff from the ground, like the shells from the local nuts, and they can make their own little characters to play. So you see, you guys, you can make a car out of it. Just saying. I remember when I was a kid. Yeah, I remember we learned how to do. What was that game? We played Double Dutch. I didn't learn that too well. I don't know why, but when they were teaching everybody, the one day I missed out on how to do it, so I never quite caught on. But you could have races. You could have, you could have a miniature block party, just for kids. Get it okayed through your local, area. And you could have hot dogs, chips, and just something for the kids. But those fruit cup thingamajiggers, they're so easy to make. I mean, you get enough strawberries at a discount, and you chop them up, get some blueberries, whatever. Go hog wild on the fruit. There's 3 or 4 parents getting fruit. Get all the stuff, supplies together, and make them ahead of the game. One dad could be out there being the hot dog flipper, flipping hot dogs, okay? Another parent could be passing out bags of chips. You could also give out, just, make up silly games, just like follow the leader. Red light, green light. Remember those games that we played when we were little? Simon Says, Mother May I. Think about it, guys. You can make a summertime splash party and, for the kids to have fun. And why are you telling me the time, Rudy? So you have options. One of the things I remember was when my mama, she had one of them big green Tupperware bowls. You know how big they were. Mind you, there are 6 kids in our family. My mama made that Tupperware green bowl full of banana pudding. Shoot, you had us 6 kids, not including half the neighborhood up the street, coming to our house to get some. And because she used to pass out bowls, and then of course she put them here and there. Mama didn't like that. So Mama made them go to their own houses, get their own bowls and spoons. And so this way the kids could get a good portion of banana pudding. Sometimes making freezer pops. You know those freezer pops you buy at the store? You get like 20 or 30 in a pack. My mom would buy those all the time in the summertime. We played Ghost in the Graveyard. It was one of our favorite games to play, I'll tell you what. And you play around mid in the evening time. Oh, you went to Bible school during the summer. Well, when I was growing up, we didn't have Bible school. They didn't. The only time I remember that was when I was 12 years old. And that's when I got saved. They call it something Jubilee party of some sort. But we had a grand time. We played Capture the Flag. We built a pyramid of human people. I was on top. Yep. And then we played Toss the Egg game, and my hair, of course, got egg in it. But it didn't matter. We were just having fun. My hair was washable. Wasn't like that egg couldn't be washed out of my hair. And the egg is good for your hair, too. Didn't know that at the time. But I remember when these people came in and they decided they were going to have games for us. See, I didn't have summer camp or summer school, Lydia. I lived in Germany. We didn't have summer camp and vacation Bible school. We didn't have summer camp or summer school. We didn't. Maybe the United States did. But when I was a kid, we were in Germany. So I don't know what a lot of other kids had to... I remember one year I had to go to summer school. Sure did. Yep. The most boring time of my life. I should have been doing something else. But because it passed a math one, they made me go to summer school. It's like, okay, now what? And then in senior year, they still stuck me in a remedial math class. The first day of class, you got a test, and I missed 2. Yep. And so I did that. I helped the teacher grade papers, whatever, for the rest of the year until it was coming time to do that same test again. California Achievement Test, it was called. And you had to study for it. You taking a kid from, hello, Salish, from being a tutor in math. Welcome back, Salish. Glad you're here. Being a math tutor for calculus, trigonometry, and stuff like that. Oh, okay, you had a family vacation. Our first family vacation was going south to go see my grandmother after we got back from Germany the year we moved back in 82. Then the years after, around Nikki, Richards, and my birthday, we went to Great America. It was an amusement park. And that was it. Panky and Christy were both working, and then they both got married. That was it. Most of my summer times, we were in Germany. There's a lot of things we didn't do in Germany because our teachers knew to make sure that we passed our class. And if we didn't pass our class, well, you didn't want to have to answer mom or dad, let's put it that way. That's how it was then. But, yeah. And if I knew what I knew now, I tell you what, there would have been a lot of changes I would have made years ago for my kids and everything. But I want to talk about having fun. I want to talk about games. I want to talk about crafts. Now, boys, and not just boys, okay, but boys, they like to do, like, okay, let's say, for instance, you got a couple of those pine, pine, pinewood derby cars that you get, with scouts. You could buy them. And you could get, little birdhouses and stuff at stores and whatever that they could put together, paint it up, and decorate the yard with. There is all sorts of things that, you guys can do with these kids. You just gotta think outside the box sometimes. Excuse me, I'm burping. I didn't mean to, but I can't help it. Considering what I had for brunch, and then what I had for a little bit extra because I was still hungry. Because now I have oatmeal for breakfast, which helps a lot. And then I have some of my corned beef hash meatloaf, yum, with some mashed potatoes afterwards, and that's what I'm still having some burps from. But I'm just trying, if you get kids together, there's ways to do stuff. There's a lot of different places online you can look up. You can go get, you can have coloring, or you could do painting, or you could do, teach them how to use beads, right? To make animals out of, those little character animals out of the pony beads. And pony beads are cheap nowadays. Not back then it wasn't, but it is now. But I'm just saying. My daughter used to go and help the neighbors, and she'd learn money from them, and she'd go spend it on herself. So it was good. Everybody had their own quirks and things they did. But I think getting some craft ideas with, okay, just say there's 4 families. And with 4 families, you might have 20 kids. I'm just saying as a number, okay? Well, then you have to figure out what to do with 20 kids. Find out who has the biggest yard, first off. And, okay, somebody has a pool in their yard. They could do a pool party. If they break the rules, they have time out sitting on the side while everybody else is in the pool having fun. You could have the kids plan out, have the older kids with the younger kids plan out the picnic parties. You could have an arts and crafts day where it's not just one craft. It could be several crafts, One of the things that I know the kids like to do, especially with the babies, with the little bitty ones who usually don't get to do no fun, is you get vanilla pudding, and you get paper plates, and you get the food dye, and you can make different colored of vanilla pudding colors. And the kids could go and make art on their paper plate and get all messy. And okay, you get the idea. But it would be fun for the little ones. So yeah. See who has what allergies, so you don't get the things that those kids are allergic to. Like some kids are allergic to the red dye nowadays, or they're allergic to whatever. And then this way you guys could plan it out and have a grand old summer bash, Have the kids plan out the what kind of a picnic they want to do. You don't have to have just, oh, let's go for some food and we'll go down the ways and we'll sit down and eat. No. Gotta make it more fun than that, because that would be boring. Just saying, it'd be boring. You could teach the kids how to um, make treasure chests. Have things to decorate your treasure chest with. You could have them, just all sorts of things want to do with them. All you got to do is figure out who's the crafty person in your group. That always helps. Always, always. And if you ain't got one, come back to me and we'll see what we can do to help you. We can have them build bird houses for the birds for the fall and the winter. Maybe out of all natural stuff. Instead of buy the stuff, you go look around the ground and see what you can find. Um, there's all sorts of different things the kids can do that would be fun, you know. So that's what I have for you guys for today. Anybody got any other ideas you want to throw in? Anybody? Well, I guess there's 3 of us in here. Maybe 4. So everybody else decided they didn't want to stick around for no more. And I can't blame them. Not when the sun is out shining and the weather's very nice and lovely. And Lydia, how you doing on your keychains, by the way? I know you said you're working on the sunflower keychains that you wanted to make some more and you want to sell them. Yes, you can. That's what I was talking about, using some of those pony beads. And you can make like a gecko or whatever. Yeah, you can make those. Yep. Sure can. But it's just you got to use your imagination. And one of the things I like to do and keep natural for my kids, excuse me, was to have fruit. Okay, like strawberries with strawberry kiwi Kool-Aid frozen as a popsicle. It ain't much, but hey, it worked. Or you could have blue. Oh, you have to make 100 sunflower key ring for your coworkers who want to buy them? Well, that's good. Yeah, that's wonderful, honey. You could take... Rudy, why are you telling me what time it is? Can you explain yourself for that? Rudy, what does the time got to do with the prices of eggs in China? One thing I know I like to do, though, is try to make sure that I do have some sweet treats for the kids, but not sugary sugar on top, make you get a toothache. But like the fruit cups with Kool-Aid, you take your blueberries. You nearly sound like Lydia Yarnworks. What do you mean by that? And don't be go messing with my Lydia because, I remember when she first started her channel, and that's being rude. So, anywho, my game is to have fun. I like to give ideas. The fruit cups with the Kool-Aid, like you could take blueberries and put it in blue raspberry Kool-Aid. I know it's funny, but it's hilarious as sin, I'll tell you that. And you could do... I don't think the kids really cared for lemons in their lemonade, I'll tell you that much. But we could do oranges or mandarin oranges in for orange. Don't worry. We don't have a problem with taking care of the problem. If you can't be nice in my chat, then you will have to leave. I'm a very patient person, but you have no right to come in here and being rude like you've been. There ain't no reason to be ignorant to anybody. You come into my chat, you start picking on somebody in my chat who I consider a friend. Yeah, that's just not cool. That really shows unprofessionalism. So anyway, the fruit cups are the best things though. With the Kool-Aid, it means you don't have to add a lot of sugar to your Kool-Aid. And you can mix up the flavors. Like you could put grapes, green grapes, and grape Kool-Aid. Oh, that's a riot. It looks like Ghost in the Kool-Aid. Trust me, the kids love it. Engine oranges in orange Kool-Aid. Or you could even put some mandarin oranges in with the lemon lime. I know it sounds weird, but, we let the kids try it out, We ask them for their ideas. It's okay. We don't have a problem because every so often she's posting what time it is. Like, why do I need you coming in my chat posting the time for? And why are you posting the chat? I got no answer. I asked. And then coming, oh, you sound like so-and-so. Well, thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you very much. Being rude and ignorant like that in somebody's chat. That doesn't belong in here. The only person who's allowed to get rude or ignorant, nobody. And when I'm fired up and I'm fed up with the nonsense, it goes right out the door. You have a choice. You could be nice and courteous and kind, like I would be in your chat. Don't come in to dominate it and try to tell you how to run your chat. That's just rude. But for this Friday, I leave you guys with the fruit cups with Kool-Aid. Yeah. I think next week I'm going to make some fruit cups. See if I can get them frozen up. I don't think I have room in my freezer, but we can see. It's one of those days for me, so I ain't doing my jokes. If it wasn't for the fact that I had this live chat to do this afternoon, I'd probably be sleeping right now. I'm in a lot of pain. And what people don't realize is I'm not complaining. There ain't no pain pill to take to make the pain go away. So what's complaining gonna do? Nothing. Drive everybody else bonkers. No, I ain't into that either. Another thing that we used to do with kids, especially like when people moved out or they were moving, they had all these extra boxes to get rid of. Boy, oh boy, did we make forts out of those. And we'd have some parties in, little secret passageways, and it was fun. Teach the kids how to crochet or macrame or do some knots like boys, for being a sailor. There's all sorts of things you could do with kids. So take your pick. If anybody has any ideas or you need any ideas, come back and let me know. But a good fun thing would be doing a bake sale for charity, for something in the local community. The fruit cups, I call them fruit cup pops, because it's a fruit cup basically of your own making. Fresh fruit with Kool-Aid. Strawberries for strawberry. Green grapes with purple Kool-Aid. That is wild, I'll tell you. The kids all thought, ooh. Mandarin oranges are good, but the kids, I don't think they liked them in the orange Kool-Aid. They liked them in something else, maybe tropical punch. I'm just saying, you got your ideas. You can make miniature pinatas. You can make friendship bracelets. You can have almost anything. Have the fun day. Have games and silly stuff to do. You know, just something to do for the kids. Keep them out of trouble. Keep them safe. Because we don't want nothing happening to our kids at all. Okay? Yep. Okay, what time? Gonna have to give me a time frame so I can make sure I'm awake. Because I'm in a lot of pain. And I don't like sitting here being in pain. So then I lay down and I start watching, checking out different things. And next thing I know, I'm sleeping. So if I need to be awake at a certain time, I need to know. But that's no worry. I don't worry about nothing, Lydia. You're here first, so don't worry about nothing. All right? Don't worry about nothing, baby. It's all good. We had a blessed day. We got to hook up and talk to each other. Okay. Now, Lydia, wait a second. Your time. What time zone? What time zone are you in? Are you in Eastern or Central? Or are you a Mountain or Pacific? What time zone are you in? I need to know. So if it's Eastern, you just put an E. If it's Central, put a C. I don't think you're in California. Are you in California? That'd be Pacific time. Oh, you're in Central time, are you? I don't know why I thought you were in Eastern time. So 7 o'clock your time is 8 o'clock my time. Because I'm in Eastern. I'm in New York. So no worries about nothing, honey. Just let it go. It ain't worth it. All right, sweetheart? Just think of all the fun things that Arnie would be saying to you about your keychains, honey. And how proud he is of you. Yeah, just think about the silly conversations you had with him. And yeah, that's what you need to focus on. Nothing else matters, I know it's hard, but, you got me. You got a few other people that care about you. What would Arnie tell you to do? Think about that. Pray about it. Ask God. I know Arnie wouldn't want you sitting around feeling sorry for yourself. He knows you miss him. That's a no-brainer. But what would Arnie want you to do? You think about it. Okay? And we'll talk some more about it later on when we FaceTime, okay? So, about that time, I have to be ready for you to FaceTime me. Okay, we got you. Yeah, I think I'm going to make some squash tonight to go with the last of the corned beef hash meatloaf I have. Because that was really good, by the way. And then tomorrow I can have oatmeal with some of my diabetic sugar stuff and cinnamon and butter. And that's really yummy good. Oh, it's been 8 days now, by the way. 8 days, no cigarettes. I haven't smoked in 8 days, Lydia, so yeah. So I'm still holding on by a thread. I think I have maybe $5 or $6. I could go get a loaf of bread. Um, I don't know. I know, right? Wasn't trying to. But the guy where I go to get my cigarette supplies, because I roll my cigarettes, last Friday he was supposed to have tubes. He didn't have them as of Monday. You don't have what I want. I don't want nothing else. I'm not taking nothing else. I'm not buying nothing else. What's he gonna do when, um, you know, yeah, yep. So it is what it is. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope that I gave you some ideas for the kids for summertime fun. And if I come up with more in the ensuing weeks, I will share them with you. Okay? All right. Y'all have a blessed day and take care now. I'll see you guys for Afternoon Delight with Temi on Monday. Okay? All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Have a good day.